Hey guys, this is Locke. In today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about the new banners that came out, the new 9-step banners, and why I honestly think that this is a much better deal than the previous 9-step banners. So I'm just going to reiterate what the previous 9-step banner was. Before, we could get different shards, like the shards were guaranteed. So for example, I think on like something like steps 2, 5, and 8 or something, step 2, 5, 9, and 7, something like that, we used to get an X amount of shards of the featured units. So if this was the same as the previous banner, what we would end up at the end of this banner is we would have 200 extra shards that would be split between both of these. So it could be something like 100 Summer Lilith shards and 100 Summer Ketone shards, or it could be something like 160 Summer Lilith shards and 40 Summer Ketone shards, something like that. It's basically, it totals up to 200 shards, and it's split between the featured units. Sometimes we get these banners that are like, it's just one per unit. So sometimes it could be like a 9-step Lilith banner or a 9-step Ketone banner or something, but a lot of the times it's usually been combined. So now, why do I say this banner is better? First of all, let's talk about the negatives. So right now in this banner, we are getting 100 bonus summer medal things. That's right. Wait, sorry, it's up here. It says all. Okay, it says includes 100 bonus A-type summer medals on each step. So at the end of this, you'll have 900 medals. But with those medals, whatever other units that you pull, you also get these stars. Now, I will do a much better video later on what you can do with these stars and why I think the stars are good. I will just show them briefly right now. It's in the Mog shop. So these stars. So you can basically exchange these things for shards of units. So if you just look at the comparison of how many shards that we will get when we convert these stars to the shards of the whatever unit we want, I can guarantee you in most cases it'll be less than 200 of whatever unit that we had before. So if you're just looking at if you're looking at it in what I say, like rose-colored lens, like the best scenario, right? So previously in the best scenario, you can get 200 of these shards. And now we are definitely, like, if we convert all these stars to shards and we use the 900 medals to also convert to shards, I can guarantee, like in say like 90% of cases, you will have less than 200 shards. So on a shard basis, if you're just looking at the number of shards, the previous banner was better. But as I said before, I think that's kind of looking at it through rose-colored lenses, because I don't think that's very common. Like, that's usually not what happens. So first of all, the 200 shards that you would get, they're split. So sometimes, sure, and sometimes these banners are 9-step for just one unit, but a lot of times they've also been 9 steps for 2 units. So like in this case, if this was a 9-step banner with both these units and you wanted Summer Lilith, you might have ended up with, say, like 120 Summer Ketone shards and only 80 of the Summer Lilith shards. You probably would get more than 80 shards if you exchange these 900 coins and stars for shards. You'll probably get more than 80. So that 200 is nice, but it's not always guaranteed. Sometimes it could be a split banner, or sometimes even if it's like a when it's a split banner, you don't always get 100. If you look at one of the other content creators, his name is Raindell, he got 200 2B shards off of the 2B 9S banner. Now, it was good that he wanted 2B, but imagine he just wanted 9S and he got 200 of these 2B shards. That would kind of suck, right? So that 200 shards isn't always guaranteed. So that's the first thing to keep in mind, because you could be ending up in a split banner and you could actually get less than 200 shards. But even if you have, say, 200 shards, it's only a 1-unit banner, I still think this is a better deal, because what you had to do before was you had to go through all of these 9 steps. You're probably spending about 14k here because 2 of these are free. So you spend 14,000 Visio, and you would end up with at least 200 shards of the unit that you want, but then you might not pull the unit. So you end up with the unit, you end up with all these shards that are useless unless you actually now pull the unit, and you have to spend more Visiors pulling the unit. So you might spend up to 40k in the regular banner to aim for pity. So that's 40k plus what is it here? 14k, so 54k to be guaranteed to get that unit plus 200 shards. You're not going to be getting more than 200 shards. Maybe you might get like Mog medals from like the soul medals from the Mog shop that you exchange for mind spheres. But in terms of just shards, you are maximum in the worst case scenario is you're spending 54,000 Visior to pull the unit and get 200 shards. That's the absolute worst case scenario, and that happens more often than you think. Just visit Reddit. There are all these stories of people that had to spend 54k or didn't have enough. They only had 20k, and they gambled on the 9th step, didn't get the unit, and now they're stuck with these shards that they can't use. Right? So the reason this is better is because, so a few reasons. First of all, it reduces the total amount of Visior that you need for the Mog Medal shop to get it guaranteed, because you're already getting 900 here, so you only need 1100 more medals. See, I can show you the where you can exchange it, just to make sure I'm not getting anyone confused. So if you go here, the summer 2021 medals, you can exchange 2000 medals for either Summer Lilith or Summer Ketone. Right? So I'm already getting 900. I only need 1100 more, and I can get 1100 more from basically here, from these featured new unit summon. And now I don't need to spend 40k here. I only need to spend 22k. So it's 22k plus 14k, which is that's what, 36,000 Visior instead of 54,000 Visior. So that's the difference, and I think being guaranteed a unit for a less amount of Visior is better than, because I think people like to look at the best case scenario. They're like, oh, we used to get 200 shards, and that's a lot more than what we're getting now. But I don't think that's always a realistic point of view to frame things. Like, you're just being overly optimistic that you can pull the unit from here. What if you have to go to pity? It's not good, right? And so I've also had this other comment that said, oh, I like to be guaranteed things. I don't, like, right now I might pull like no URs from this 9th step, and so I'll be getting very little stars. So it's less of a guarantee than before, and I think that's not true, because I think, again, I don't like, what we want is the guarantee of the unit, not a guarantee of the shards. If you're already getting the unit for free, then sure, then I would look at the shards more valuably, because that's what I care about now, right? But if if the unit is not guaranteed, what I want is the unit's guarantee, not the shard guarantee. So there are other ways to get the shards. Like, if I look right now, and if you spend like a little bit of Visior, like if you like a paid Visior, if you spend like $1 a day, you can get 170 shards for $1 a day over the next 34 days from here, right? $1 a day for 170 shards. So I don't know if you guys spend paid Visior, but that's there, right? And then we're also going to get like a little bit more from these paid these guild banners, and then if you already have stars from other pulls that you did, you can use those stars to exchange for shards as well. But the important thing, in my opinion, is really to get the unit. That's what we really want. So this is a better guarantee of the unit, because now for sure you can get that unit with 34,000 Visior as opposed to 54,000 Visior. So I think this is better. And the second reason why I think this is better is, suppose you only have, say, like 20,000 Visior, and you're not sure what to do. In the previous system, you could have been like, okay, I'll spend 14k here, maybe I'll get lucky, and I will have the unit, and then I will also have 200 shards. And I can do something with that, right? Maybe I can get it to like LB3. Maybe I can, over the next 2-3 weeks or whatever it is, I can hopefully get it to LB4, LB5, and then put it in the barracks, whatever. So you have like some kind of plan, but you're gambling on the plan, because you have 20,000 Visior and you're not sure what you want to do with it, right? Like, you want to get the unit somehow, otherwise there's no point in having the shards, and you end up gambling it here. And I know people say, hey, if you don't have enough to meet the pity, you shouldn't pull. But people are people. They're going to pull if they want the unit. That's what they do. That's what these gacha games are aimed on, right? Like, they know that people pull. People can't control their impulses like that. Like, maybe the people watching the video can, because, I've usually been telling people to be on the side of caution, but the average player usually cannot control their impulses. And if they see something and they know they don't have enough of pity, they'll be like, hey, maybe I'll get lucky, right? Maybe I'll pull it on the next, like, 4,000 Visio and I'll have enough or something like that. But now, if you don't have enough for the pity, at least you get something from it, right? So first of all, if ever you pull, like, you're not getting a single shard of the unit from this Visior unless you pull it. So like you don't end up with 200 of, say, summer Ketone shards, and you don't pull Ketone, because now that 200 shards is totally wasted, right? If you, like, the first time you pull Ketone is the first time you get the shards. However, you're getting stars as you're pulling these. So with the stars, if at the end of these banners you don't end up with Ketone or Lilith or whatever you were aiming for, you have those stars that you can use on the next unit. So maybe that's the Final Fantasy VII. So you aimed for Summer Lilith, you did the 9-step banner, you didn't get her, but you have a bunch of these stars now that you can now use on, say, Tifa or Cloud or whoever you get, or whoever you choose to get later on. So I think this is good because and the other, like, the worst case scenario again is, like, suppose you have you spent 22k here, and now you have 200 shards, but you don't have the unit, and now you only have, like, say, 10k Visior, and now you're like, now I feel bad if I have 200 shards and I don't have the unit, so I'm going to spend more money to get more Visior so I can pull the unit, because otherwise this 200 Visior is a waste. You will never end up with that situation here. So that's why I like the system, because I think it's actually a fail-safe for players. It will, I think it helps control the impulses a little bit better, because you don't feel like you're missing out. You don't have, like, say, 200 shards sitting in your inventory not doing anything for this fantastic unit. You just don't have the unit, and you don't have any of the shards. So whenever you pull the unit, you have to start from basically scratch, right? Because the stars you can use on anyone. You don't have to use it on this unit. So you're basically starting from scratch if you do end up getting that unit. So you don't feel like you're missing out. So that's why I like the system a lot better. Although, yeah, sure, the shards were better before, but overall, I think the system is better. And I think in the long run, if they keep using exactly this kind of system, I think it's a good move on their part for, like, the long run for players in general. Now, for me, what did I do? So there was this 10-step step up 10 times summon with, like, a 50% chance to get Summer Lilith. So that's the first thing I pulled on, because I had like, I think 8k paid Visior, so I used 6k paid Visior and I got her from that. So now I don't have to I like, this is not a good deal now. If I already have the unit, like I said, if the unit is guaranteed, this 9-step banner is not a good deal anymore, unless I wanted the Paradise Blossoms, and I kind of do want the Paradise Blossoms. I'm thinking about it, but just for the shards of the unit, it's not such a good deal, because well, compared to before anyway. So I don't actually feel pressure to pull this anymore. In fact, I actually don't feel the pressure to build her up very fast unless I want to use it for CM, because as I said before, if I'm spending $1 a day, I can get 170 of her shards, and if I get her to max LB, getting her to level 120 is usually easier for me, because I have a lot of those soul, like the UR soul medals. So that's what I did. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you understand why I think that this is better. And if you still feel the other one is better, let me know in the comments why you think that. And I would be happy to, debate it with you or understand your point of view better. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care now. I hope to see you guys next time.